Yeah, so it's Lafayette Business Podcast. We're here with Nick's Auto Nook, right? Nick, what's last name?
Indiano.
Indiano. So Nick has a small dealership that you started, a couple years ago, right?
Yep, it's third year.
Third year here in Lafayette. So it's kind of keeping things going. Especially right now, people are stuck at home a little bit, so I figured give them a little bit something to kind of listen to, get to know your business a little bit, right? So, yeah, you want to go ahead and just kind of tell a little bit about your background, kind of what got you started, and kind of what like you're trying to kind of biggest thing you want to offer to people, or kind of what your niche within the car dealership industry is. You know, kind of different dealerships have different things that they gravitate towards. So,
right.
A little bit about just about you and your business.
Well, basically, I'm doing what everybody's trying to do, to provide good cars. I've always been a gearhead, so from a little kid up until now, I've worked on all my cars and helped Dad and Grandpa and everybody. That was kind of our thing.
Right.
So now I've kind of taken it and exploded it a little further. So the idea behind my business is every one of my cars out here, I've driven at least 200 miles. Some of them a lot more because I just like the cars. But I really shake them down and I fix what I need to fix. Sometimes some of the problems are a little more in depth than what my knowledge is about, so I ship them off to a mechanic and they fix them. But that way, when a customer comes in and they say, "Hey, tell me about this car," I can tell them I've driven this car for almost 400 miles. I know it very well. I had to fix this, and this. Anyway, the whole idea is that they're getting the best car that they can for somewhere 6,000 or under, because that's kind of where I like to stick at. Right. I don't normally have very expensive cars because I'm looking out for the guy who just wants to pay cash for a car and just get a cheap, kid's first car, college car, backup car, or just good, cheap, reliable transportation. That's the goal.
Get around car, right?
Back and forth,
to and from work.
None of my cars are perfect. They've all got scratches. They've all got dings. They're not brand new cars. They've all got usually 130 or greater thousand miles. So they're not perfect, but they all run very, very well. And that's the goal. Is they may not look the best, but they're going to run in the top 10% of what I can think of.
Right. Yeah. So just thinking about the little guy, right? Somebody that
exactly. I was in I buy cheap cars for myself because I don't like spending much money on cars, but I like to buy a good car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, just cars in general, new cars. As soon as you drive it off the lot, just
appreciation.
Boom, right off the bat. As soon as you drive it off the lot, there's something else going through. So yeah, it's definitely not a bad approach. Kind of just reliable, kind of what you're getting yourself into. And
well, if you look at my cars, my car selection doesn't vary a whole bunch. I've got Chevy, Ford, Dodge, and Honda and Toyota. I'm not running weird brands. I'm not running cars that are notorious for problems. Every car is going to have its problem, but not every car is going to have a huge array of problems. I know there are a certain selection of cars that do.
Yeah.
And I don't carry them because, again, if somebody comes in and buys a $3,000 car off me, that's notorious for, let's just say, transmissions or head gaskets or timing chains. That's a very expensive repair, and it's not worth me putting my customer taking all their money that they can afford to give me, then saying, "Oh, 2 months later you're gonna have to double your money by putting more money into this car." It just doesn't seem right.
A whole new car at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
the repairs cost more than what your car is worth. It's like
So just keeping them in mind, right? Thinking more 2-3 years down the road rather than just a quick turn. Just
that's the goal.
Pay me real quick and then be gone with it. You want to be able to still see that car running 2-3 years down the road, or even if not, good way to keep people coming back because they know that you got a reliable service, right? You're going to offer them a reliable vehicle. So
that's the goal.
Yeah.
And so that's why I put so much time into this place and make it what it is.
Yeah, so you've been here the whole time, 3 years? Yeah, like I said, my parents live here in town. I live on the west side, but just driving back and forth, I've seen it. I see the cars coming up. I saw a couple of times you had just 1 or 2 cars, and then all of a sudden just a little bit more. You pay attention to that kind of stuff. Like, okay, so kind of business is picking up a little bit and kind of stuff like that. So
it has definitely changed a lot from when I started, but
Yeah.
It's been a fun one.
Yeah. What do you think are some of the biggest changes that you had?
Well, I mean, you think you know what people want. I started off with early 2000s, like, Lexus sedans, high-end Accords, and, nice, smaller cars, and people don't want them.
Oh, really?
They want SUVs, and my background is farming, so I know a lot of people that they want farm trucks, they want work trucks, they know contractors that need work trucks, and so my pickups don't really stick around too long, but that's my love is pickups. But
right.
sometimes you can't always get pickups at the auction, so
yeah.
But yeah, the biggest thing is the change of other than the pickups, the cars, because now it's CRVs, RAV4s, minivans are big, but like Honda Accords, Honda Civics, Chrysler Sebrings, they just don't bring a whole lot of appeal on my lot.
Really?
Yeah. Like your car, I've had a handful of your cars. And
Yeah.
I can't move them.
Oh, really?
You cannot move them. Actually, one guy has bought all 3 of my Toyota Camrys that I've had like yours.
Oh, really?
He bought the first one for, his grandson? He bought the first one for his grandson, and then the other 2 other family members. He's like, it runs great. I love these cars.
Right? Yeah.
Keep them coming. I'm like, all right, man. I can't keep buying these and expecting you to buy every one.
Yeah, exactly.
But he has bought 3 of them off me. He loves them.
Yeah.
He comes in all the time. He's like, yeah, these things are great. I'm like,
Yeah.
I know, but
Well, they usually cater to the older kind of, so like my dad, he's always been a big Camry fan. That was the first car that he got for me when I was, starting to drive when I was 15, 16. And then even for my little brother, he's driving now, he got him a little Toyota Corolla.
yeah.
So exactly the same thing. And he drives like a 2013 Camry as well. So just reliable, you can't go wrong. If you don't mind it not looking flashy or kind of whatever, it's a car, it gets the job done, and then you're good to go after that. So yeah, but yeah, it's just super awesome cars. But I do like the RAV4s a lot. You've got the little mini kind of SUV style kind of vehicles, so they keep you pretty pretty stocked up.
Yeah, and I like to keep them around because people like to travel with people that don't they want to throw their dogs or whatever in the back. There's plenty of room back there, and they still got room for all their friends. And, whatever they can go.
And it's not terribly big either, like a full size SUV, but still decent size.
Yeah.
Imagine.
And it's sort of good fuel economy.
Right.
It's supposed to get like almost 28 on the highway with an all-wheel drive. That's not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. So you can go on long hauls and especially this town, like we don't really have like a set like convenient public transportation system. You got the bus that runs and you can catch the bus, but it's not like a big city where you got bus stops and subways and metros and kind of like big city things where you can actually get away with not having a car. And it's an actual financial decision. Well, I just won't get a car. I'll just take public transportation. But you really can't get away with that here.
No.
You can. I guess you can because it's not too big of a town. You can kind of get back and forth, but it'll definitely add to your travel time. Just in general, right? Yeah.
Sure.
And then you want to get to Indy or any other place and you don't have a car, and it's like, well, how are you gonna get there? So
Uber.
Yeah, right. And even that, Uber's $100. You go 1 or 2 times a week or whatever. And it's like at that point, it's like, all right, it might be time to invest in a car. You'll be spending twice as that in Uber in a couple months than what it would have just been to just buy a car and go down to Nick's and get yourself
there we go.
Get yourself a little car like that. But so you said you went to Harrison, so you're from around here?
Yep.
Local guy?
Yep. We moved up here when I was 5, so I've been here pretty much my entire life.
Right.
Yeah.
Where are you guys from originally?
Indy. We came from
Indy?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So a little bit of a big city, but not too
Not that I remember.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, that's where we came. We've been here pretty well most of our lives.
Yeah. Yeah, I got here. I'm from California originally. My family is, but we moved here in 2005.
Okay.
So, yeah, same thing. Just a little too tedious in California. Kind of a little rat race. Always kind of expensive rent, transportation,
expensive as crap out there.
Traffic and everything. And my mom has her brothers and sisters here, and they just told her that things here are a lot easier, a lot simpler. So they packed up the van and hey, made the haul to Indiana. So, but yeah, it hasn't been bad at all. I appreciate the switch that they made, but I still get to travel there quite a bit. Still have family there, so it's a nice transition. So what did you study in Purdue, or when you did try to go for Purdue?
I was in agriculture. I studied.
Okay.
Gosh, I don't remember my major at Purdue, but anyway, at Ivy Tech I graduated from was applied science and agriculture. So I think it's just a general agribusiness degree.
Okay.
So
a little bit of business, but not
a little bit of
particularly.
business background.
Yeah. So what kind of made you get started with a dealership, or what made you want to get into just starting a dealership?
Well, during college I always flipped cars. I
Okay.
always, four-wheelers, snowmobiles, trucks, cars, trailers, you name it.
Yeah.
If there was money to be made on it, I was trying it.
Right.
And I was farming, and I really loved the guys that I worked with. I still talk to them quite often, but I was like, man, there's an opportunity to make more money, but how do I do it? So my dad and I kind of brainstormed, and my grandfather actually had a car lot when he was still alive in Indianapolis. So
Okay.
I was like, we'll give her a shot. So before I had kids and got married and took out a mortgage and all the really important things, I thought I'd give it a shot. So here we are.
And then 3 years later.
Yeah, we actually. So when we got to this place, my landlords, they didn't really want to rent it out. They just wanted to sell this place because it was in shambles. So we kind of talked them into letting us rent it, but if we rebuilt the place. So we spent, that's not July. I started in July, but I was still working full time. My dad was obviously working full time.
Mm-hmm.
So we came in and we had gutted the place, gutted the wiring. And, this place was just a shell at this point.
Yeah.
Rebuilt it as we went, and then the big thing is I had to wait on my license, my dealership license. So you have to have everything intact and ready to go before they officially let you get your license. So basically I opened up in December 11th of 17 is when I officially opened. That was my first day.
Yeah. Did you ever do the whole frame your first dollar or anything like that? Hey. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, still got the first dollar frame.
It says next auto Nook first sale 12/13/17.
Nice. That's awesome.
I still remember the guy that I sold it to. It was a Chevy pickup, 98 Chevy pickup, and I had literally just opened this place. I had 3 cars on the lot. I put my personal pickup out here because I needed money to buy cars, and I bought 2 other cars, and some guy came through and goes, hey, is that truck for sale? And I was like,
it is
yes,
now.
it is.
It is now.
Yes, it is. Come on in.
Yeah.
So he actually liked it. He goes, it's got a little rust, but I like it. So he bought it, and I was like, I told the guy, I was like, you are I opened up 2 days ago, so you are literally my first customer I've ever had. So this paper process is going to be a trip. So please work with me. And he goes,
bear with me.
man, you got all the time in the world. He's a super nice guy. I actually haven't heard from him. We used to chat back and forth about it every couple months, just checking in, seeing how things were doing. But I haven't heard from him in a little while. But yeah, it was interesting. I was not expecting that after 2 days of being open.
Yeah. Not a bad thing.
No, not a bad thing at all. I was super happy because I was like, I put every penny I had into this place, and then buying 2 cars plus my personal pickup out there, and I was like, all right, now we wait. And the guy came through and bought it. I'm like, oh,
Right,
all right, I like this.
Here we go.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm all right with this. This is pretty cool.
No, yeah, that's awesome. Just the first time I heard anything, right? First experience is just like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I was nervous as all get out because I was like, dude, I don't know. I mean, the lady from this state who kind of oversees all dealers, she came through and walked me through how to do all the sales, and I'd met a few dealers and they kind of told me the same thing, but until I put my hands on it and do it myself, I have no idea.
Right.
And I was like, I told him, and I'm like, this is gonna take a minute. He goes, you're good. So now I can get, if somebody's paying me cash or whatever, I can get the sales, the paperwork and everything done in about 15 minutes or so.
Oh, okay.
That time, I bet you it was 2 hours. I was I kept messing things up, putting dates in here, and it was a nightmare. But he was really cool about it.
Yeah, that's good. You had a little bit of patience, kind of.
Yeah, he was. I
It's
really
my first.
happy.
It's my first day, dude. Give me a second.
Yeah, it could have been a lot. It could have been a lot worse. I was
Yeah.
very fortunate to get somebody so cool.
Right. Well, it's just like anything. Just you think you know it on paper. You think you know it by the book, but then until you actually dive in and start doing it, and it's like, oh, I didn't think about this.
Yeah, it was.
But then really, it's the best way to learn because you make your own mistakes. If okay, don't do that again.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
polish it up, and then slowly but surely, kind of get things going that way. But yeah, I see a lot of the pictures that you post of like the cars that you sell, you know, like your customers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I usually try and take pictures of people on the couch.
Right.
A lot of times I forget. But
Yeah. So how'd you come up with that?
that was actually my older brother. He
Kind of see it. Nice
he surprised me with that when I
little couch.
right when I opened up. We saw it on Facebook or on everything but the house, but I don't know. He's like, "What do you think about this?" That thing is sweet, but I was trying to build this place out. I had no money, no extra money to spend on a couch like that.
Right.
So he and my dad went down to I think Louisville to go pick it up. They picked it up. They picked my office chair up and said, "Here you go." I was like, ugh. So
nice little housewarming gift.
it was awesome. So the lights light up and there's
really?
storage in the back. Yeah, I had a short the other day, but I gotta fix that. But yeah, all the lights light up. There's storage in the back. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's got its own unique little look.
It's actually on my shirts. I had my shirt on, but the back of one of my t-shirt or my logo design for my t-shirts actually has the car couch and the whole wall and everything in it. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, a couple of times when I saw the pictures of sold vehicles and your customers and stuff like that, I saw the little couch. I always liked that. It was pretty cool. Pretty unique look to it, right?
I had a lot of people ask me if it's for sale. I said no.
Right? Yeah, that's the one car that's not for
Yeah,
sale.
that's the quarter of a car that I can't sell.
Yeah, exactly. Like give you full price for a quarter of a car. Yeah, no, thank you. But yeah, it's super cool. I like it. It's pretty neat, unique. So just in general, your typical clientele is first time car buyer, right? College kid, kind of stuff like that, right? Or what would you say? You kind of
I'd say it's a good balance. I mean, I get a lot of first time buyer, parents buying for their kid for their first car. I get a lot of those, and I also get a lot of my car just died. I bought it from somebody on Craigslist, somebody on Facebook, and they lied about it. I need a good car. I get a lot of that, and unfortunately, I hear horror stories of some other not here locally, but some other dealers that sold them a car that they really shouldn't have, and they got smoked on it. And
right.
It's unfortunate, but there are people that just don't care.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I get to take care of them and show them what a car buying experience really is supposed to be.
Right. Yeah.
So
get them into reliable vehicles, something they can actually rely on, have faith in, and know it's going to last them a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Instead of just,
that's the fun part about it.
Right. Yeah. It's the customer interaction, seeing them get relief, or just like, oh yeah, it's like a reliable car, or just seeing that sign of relief on there is always makes a big difference, I'm sure.
I had a guy buy a pickup off me. This is early on, but he's like, "This is the first pickup I've owned that's all one color." Because he was trying to save a buck. You go to a junkyard, put a fender on here, put a door on there. He goes, "This is the first truck I've owned that's all one color." I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm like, good man.
Right.
Let's roll with it.
Happy to make that work.
Exactly.
Happy to put that together for you. One solid color. There you go.
He was very happy about it. I was like, good.
Right. So, what do you say some of the biggest challenges you've had with one, just being a business owner in general, but then also being a young business owner, kind of up and coming, starting out business owner, compared to just a lot of dealerships here that have been around for 10 plus years, 15 plus years, and then here you are, 3 years into it. Obviously, you have your clientele base and everything like that. But what do you say are some of the biggest challenges you've had? I mean, besides the times that we're having now, right?
Yeah.
Right?
The coronavirus has not helped small businesses.
Yeah. this was a little bit of an asterisk, right? It's kind of affected everybody.
Yeah. I say not just small business. Everybody's been affected by it.
Yeah, exactly. Just in general, prior to this, what are some of the things that some of the challenges?
Inventory is always a hard one.
Yeah.
So when you go to the auctions, I mean, I can still buy on Facebook and Craigslist, but when you go to the auctions, you know when the cars are going to be there, when they sell. You know, you can go look at them, drive them, but there are a lot of cars. I mean, 750, 800 cars a week per auction. We'll just throw a low number out. Some of them are much higher. You know, of those 750 cars, there's normally about 5 that are passing my tests of, you know, I don't need to rebuild a suspension. I don't need to, you know, rebuild an engine, a transmission. You know, they pass kind of all my tests, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then at that point, you know, then you got to fight off everybody else who has found those 5 cars.
Yeah.
So that inventory is always a hard thing. Getting your name out there when I first started, I mean, if you were driving by and you saw that I had 3 cars in the lot, would you pull in? Unless you were looking for one of those 3 cars exactly.
Right.
Probably not.
Maybe the price matched what you were looking for or something.
Yeah, it was, getting your name out there is very difficult.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I mean, for me being young, you know, Andy, you yourself, you know, we're trying to start our lives, right?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
buy a house or, you know, save money back for the, you know, new car or whatever. So me having to pour all my money into this is definitely a bit of a setback because you know I'm trying to put off buying a house for a little while. This and that, but yeah, I don't know. There are definitely some challenges. There are days where I want to pull my hair out and just go, why am I doing this? But there's other days that I really love it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, like I sold a couple when you came by the other day. That lady and her dad that bought my Honda Pilot, they needed a car. They needed one badly. They missed out on my last Pilot, so they came in and they drove it and like, here's money down. Hold it till we get the rest of the money. We'll be here. You know, they didn't argue, didn't question. They just wanted the car. Yeah. And when they left, you know, her dad texted me the other day. He goes, "Man, we love this car. Thank you so much." I was like, "That's why I do."
That's awesome, right?
You know?
Yeah.
So it's a little reassurance. I'm doing the right thing. It's just sometimes it takes a few extra steps to do the right thing and make some money. You know?
Yeah. You got to give up some profit in the front end to get the reputation going, get things going.
Yeah, you get it if you start out with both feet on the ground and you've got a solid foundation. You know, you're selling good cars, reliable cars, at a decent price. I mean, don't get me wrong. What I tell my customers is I got to make money. That's how I keep this place running.
Yeah.
But I don't have to make all the money.
Right.
So you know, if they feel like they're getting a good deal, I'm getting a good deal. I'm making money. They're getting a good car. Everybody drives away happy. Right. Yeah. So that's the goal. If you start off rocky, where you sell 10 bad cars, people are complaining, you know, this and that, and you're never going to last ever. Because social media is you know, somebody's Achilles heel. Yeah. You're gonna a few bad reviews and you're gonna be really hurting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and in general, the phone calls, you know, eventually you turn or you kind of do people dirty so many times. Eventually, it's like you don't even want to answer your phone anymore. It's like, are they calling now? Like,
word of mouth is a tricky thing.
Yeah, it spreads like wildfire, especially bad experiences.
Yes.
People will share a good experience with 1 or 2 people, but a bad experience, tell everybody, oh, dude, don't go there.
Right.
Totally still figuring it out from the last one. Yeah. So, kind of keep things nice and straight, treat people right, do them right by their vehicles, by what they're paying you, and usually imagine pretty good turnaround at that point, right? So, so have you seen any returning customers yet from like your first year to now?
Oh yeah, I've had I don't know, I've had quite a few buy 2 and 3 cars off me already. Oh yeah. You know, one of them, like I said, the guy who bought a car for his grandson, and then 2 more of the identical cars for somebody else. Right. I've had a handful of people buy multiple pickups, work trucks off me because they know. I mean, typically I like to keep, you know, 3/4 ton and 1 ton 4-wheel drive diesel pickups on my lot that are just good all around trucks, and they bought a few of them off me before because they know that they're solid. They may not look the best, but they're going to get their workers to the job. Right. I've sold quite a few. Duplicates, I guess, to people. Oh yeah. So that's good. They come in, they know what they want, they know how the negotiation whole thing works, and
Yeah.
we just roll with it. So that's
Right.
I have been very lucky selling quite a few of them like that.
Yeah. And at that point, it's more business to business a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like they need it for work,
Yeah.
or they know this is what I need for me to be able to do my job, and
Yep.
I need multiple of them, and
Yeah.
get it going,
Yeah.
right?
It's
Kind
pretty
of
fun.
Yeah, keep things going that way. So do you think have you projected maybe like outgrowing this place at all, or kind of you thought about 2, 3 years, 5 years down the road from now, or?
Well, so here in Lafayette, this location is prime because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
directly on 52. I mean, the wall right across the street kind of hurts me a little bit,
It did,
but
yeah.
you're right on. I mean, you are in dead center of traffic USA, Lafayette, Indiana. you know?
Yeah.
So my property line actually goes the entranceway that you pulled in on, all the way back to the neighborhood. So I've got room to go
Oh, nice.
all the way back. And so the goal is buy this place. And honestly, since and I know the building is like, it's tiny. I mean, I can, go to the other side of the building in about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But since I put so much time and heart into this place, I don't want to knock the building down. What I
Right.
want to do is eventually add back, add a shop in the back so I don't ever have to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So I can be working during the day, and if somebody comes in, there's a little sensor or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But as for leaving this place, I don't think that's in the books because, like I said, I can pave all the way back and have tons of room for more cars. And
Yeah.
I don't ever want to get to the Bob Gorman size.
Right.
That obviously I wouldn't, but
Yeah.
I don't want to have a huge lot because then I think you lose the small business homey personality.
Right. Yeah.
I know, like I said, I know everything about the cars that I have.
Mm-hmm.
If I get 50 cars in a lot, it's gonna be a whole lot harder to be able to say, "Oh,
I know that.
I put 350 miles on that car, man. I know everything about it."
Yeah.
So it's a little harder to do it like that, but I don't know. Expansion, obviously, but.
Right. No, but just in general, like you said, the prime real estate that you got
Yeah.
here, being right on 52.
Yeah, my landlords have had a lot of people try and buy this place out from under me, and it's just how it is. This business is very aggressive.
Yeah.
I need to tell people that back off when they need to back off, and
Yeah.
so they've had my back a lot because they've been really good to me. But so the goal is to buy the place and expand back that way.
Back. I mean, yeah, if you got the space for it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I got the space. I just need to do it.
Keep
Costs money.
things going, right? Yeah, exactly. Keep up on the inventory. So keep it going. Yeah, because I remember seeing this place when I was like, before you took it over, it was just kind of deserted, right?
Yeah, it's called Fun Fest Fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
So-
yeah.
I actually have the sign behind the building still. I've never taken it away. But this place, so there was a wall here, and a wall back there. It's broken into little like cubicle looking
Mhm.
things, and mold everywhere. But basically, he lived in his camper during fireworks season, and this is just a building to put fireworks and keep them remotely dry.
Right.
Yeah, it was a pretty rough place when I got in here.
Yeah, I remember.
I've got pictures on my phone. Actually, I have them on my Facebook page.
Oh,
on
dude.
the Nick's Automotive page, if you scroll to the very, very bottom, you can see pictures of what it looked like when I started. It was gross.
Yeah.
It was just gross. Gosh.
Well, especially fireworks, you don't really need to have
Yeah,
anything
there
totally done up. Just
Yeah, exactly. They
a
didn't
roof
care.
over them so they don't get wet, and you're good to go.
I mean, there was wall paneling on all the walls, and there were probably 10 layers of paint. I mean, you peeled it off, and there's just layers and layers of paint. It was just gross.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
The whole reason I built it, I didn't have to go as extravagant with this, But if I'm gonna be here every day, I'm gonna be able to live in it. I gotta be able to stand it.
Yeah. Make it homey at least. Well, you've added a nice little touch. You've added the kind of the wood wall.
Yeah, the
back
color
there,
wall.
right? Yeah. So you made it home, right?
Yeah.
Kinda made it a little place of your own. So yes, like I said, I've seen just driving by. Like I said, I've been here for several years as well. So driving by every day, or multiple times a week, seeing the progression. I've definitely seen the you know, from when it went to like I said, just little deserted place that was fireworks to you taking it over to 1 or 2 cars on the lot, and then you know slowly seeing more and more. So yeah, from I guess trying to grow a business myself, right? You can kind of you see it and appreciate, like, oh yeah, you know, good for you. You kind of picking things up. So yeah, that's really turning out pretty good from what I can see. So if there's anything that you can tell kind of the people of Lafayette, just about your place, kind of yourself, your business, what would you say to kind of just get things wrapping up here?
I don't know. I mean, if you need a good car, come talk to me. I mean, let me know what I tell people a lot of times. If I don't have what you're looking for, I can go find them. You know, it may need to be a little more patient.
Right.
But I also tell people, you know, if you're buying a car from Joe Blow on Facebook, bring it by. I'll look at it for you and say, hey, you know, this is a no-go. This thing needs way too much work, or you know, obviously don't just bring stuff to me, but if you come and talk to me, and you know, I'll offer my help if you need it. If you really need my help, I'm more than happy to help.
Right.
So yeah, come on down and talk. I got coffee pots. I got bottled water. I got all kinds of things just to sit here and yak. I get really bored during the day.
Yeah, right. Especially when traffic isn't picking up too much.
And there's no traffic but semis going by. Semis don't typically come in here, so.
Right. Yeah. Probably don't have the driveway for it.
Yeah.
So. A nice way to avoid that. So cool. Well, cool, man. I've enjoyed it. So thank you for your time, and we'll get it put together, and let the people of Lafayette kind of listen to it. So I appreciate it. Appreciate your time, man.
Thanks, man.
Awesome.